Hello and welcome to the walkthrough for the Daily Telegraph prize crossword on Saturday, the 7th of October, number 30,425. One across. Thriving, enter good, firm. So if you enter, you go in. G for good, firm is strong, and if you're going strong, you're thriving. 9 across. Mouthpiece, that could be vital. Mouthpiece can be like a newspaper, can't it? And you can have an organ, and you have vital organs as well. Well, I suppose you could have a mouth organ, really. I was thinking more like a newspaper. Anyway, 10 across. Equip, graduate. So if you equip something, you might rig it out. So rig, and then graduate could be an MA, and a part is a role, and that gives us a rigmarole for a complicated procedure. 11 across. Send out American detective, put in charge. So A for American, DI for a detective. Going in, charge is the rate, and that gives us radiate for send out. 12 across. Held a map out, so anagram of held a map, those letters out. In part of car, it's going to be headlamp. 14 across, a triumph staff reported related to hearing. So A, and then a triumph could be a coup, and then a staff could be a stick. So it's going to be like a homophone of those words, giving us together acoustic for relating to hearing. 15 across, briefly spot description of requirements. So a spot could be a spec, so briefly get rid of the end, and that gives us SPEC, spec, for description of requirements, specification or whatever. What's on the spec, job spec. 17 across, what might go from one side to the other? Well, if you measure from one side to the other, that is the breadth, isn't it? So breadth for 17 across. 19 across, show some ancient houses. Housed in those words is the word mean. And what do you mean? You show somebody what you mean or whatever. 20 across, rubbish produced by any number. So any number is letter N. And then working, something is on. And then feeling is a sense. And that gives us nonsense for rubbish. 21 across, phase out, dilapidated. So anagram of phase out, those letters dilapidated. And meaning a tavern is going to be a tap house. 23 across, word of warning, was flipping expected. So in golf, if the ball's going the wrong way, you warn by shouting fall. Saw, was flipping gives us saw. And if you expected something, you might have foreseen it, or I foresaw something. 25 across, sight for one that could be used in a pun. Well, actually, this is actually going to be, those two words are homophones, aren't they? You might use them in a pun, I guess, maybe. So homophone there. And 26 across, make arrest and walk out, quite the opposite. If you run somebody in, you arrest them, and a run in is opposite to a walk out, I guess. 27 across, street urchin say, sent back to grab absolute bargain. So, so say is EG, sent back, so it's G and E. And then the absolute bargain is going to be an utter snip. And inside EG, going backwards, gives us a gutter snipe for a street urchin. Not a word I use every day. And so that's all the across. Let's do the down. 2 down, lady with nothing, as it happens. So 0 is nothing. Live is as it happens. That gives us Olive, a lady's name. 3 down, unlikely to settle for a long time. Well, if you're nomadic, you don't settle in one place. So the nomadic for 3 down. 4 down, person totally unsuited to running. So this is unsuited as in not having any clothes on. So it's going to be a streaker. I quite like that one. 5 down, finished in a higher position. That's just going to be over. Double meaning. 6 down, there is the prospect of hidden riches in this. That's going to be a gold prospector and a gold rush. 7 down, plant arranged in tangle. So anagram of entangle. Under bottom of hedge is E. Anagram of entangle is going to be eglantine for a plant. 8 down, bury can be inter. Coins can be change. When roads by me is an interchange. 12 down, unusual name for ship in comic opera. So it's an anagram of name for ship, and it's going to be HMS Pinafore. It's a Gilbert and Sullivan opera, isn't it? Comic opera. 13 down, soldier favoured. So the soldier could be a para. If you're favoured, you could be the teacher's pet. So pet, and a parapet is a defensive work. 16 down, trapping, singer, and off key. So anagram of singer and those letters off key, meaning trapping. It's going to be ensnaring. 17 down, dedication shown by British author Doris. So B for British, Doris Lessing is the author, and that gives us a blessing for a dedication. 18 down, cross section. So a cross can be a rude, and a section can be a part. And put that all the other way, and you get a trapdoor for an emergency exit. 19 down, second heron. So a second gives a mo, and then a heron flying, anagram of heron. After that gives us moorhen for another bird. 22 down, boy heard. Steering is going to be sun up. When our star, the sun appears, sun up. And the final one, 24 down, tiny particle that's not quite like snow, is going to be, white as snow, but not quite. Get rid of the E. Gives us a wit for a tiny particle. Some nice clues there. It took a little bit longer than normal, I think. But we got there in the end. Keep on crossing. Have a good week.